They're an outfit from Sydney called New Venusians, and that was as close as I could get to Keep Hurdling. It's a tune called Keep Running. Why keep hurdling? Well, because I have one of the Great Barrier Reef Masters Games athletes in the studio with me this morning, Lenore Lambert, who is aiming to break the women's 45 to 49 years world record for the 400 metres hurdles this Saturday. And I have to say, Lenore, that exhausts me even saying it, let alone trying to do it. Welcome to ABC Far North.
Thank you.
Where did you come from to come up here?
From Sydney.
Right.
Yeah.
And is it nice to be up here this time of the year?
I love it. Yeah, I try to come here as often as possible in the winter.
So you come to train or to have fun?
I come to just be, and I train while I'm here because I love the weather.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your history leading up to this world record attempt, Lenore. How long ago did you start doing this in earnest?
So I took up Masters Athletics 5.5 years ago, did straight sprint training for the first couple of years, and then I actually got to the point where I didn't think I was going to be good enough, looking at the front runners in my age group in the sprints. And so decided I'd have a go at hurdles. And so the first time I ran the sprint hurdles, I did a time that would have won 3 out of the 4 last national championships. So I thought, okay, yep, I'm going to do hurdles.
Absolutely.
And then my coach said, you kept sort of dropping the words 400 hurdles into conversation, and I kept saying, no way.
And why was that? What was the reason why you
I
were...
was terrified.
Why?
Well, so a 400 sprint is hard enough. I mean, most people are terrified at the idea of having to do
I know
that.
why it terrifies me, because I just imagine when you get it wrong, then you end up sprawled on your face.
Well, that was my vision, yeah. So, that last 100 metres of the 400, you're already tired, the lactic acid is kicking in, and you've still got 3 hurdles to go. And that was what terrified me.
So how did you get over the hurdle of that fear? Did you see what I did there?
You're very clever.
How did you achieve that? What was the thing that you did? Was it about technique? Was it about trying it?
It was about trying it, and it was about technique. So my coach was quite clever. He just sort of one weekend comp, no pressure, just sort of said, I want you to have a go at it. Doesn't matter what time you do, no pressure, just 85% run. You'll be fine. So I thought, okay, 85%, that's not too hard. I'll give it a go. So I did, and it didn't kill me. And, the vision that I had that you just described didn't happen. I didn't fall over. I didn't, I coped.
And how was your time?
So my very first run, I think, was about 71 seconds.
Okay.
And so, which is not bad. It's not nothing to write home about. But it wasn't as hard as I thought. So then I thought, okay, if I can ease into it, I'll give it a go. And I had been starting to do 400-metre flat sprint training as well. So I started doing it, and then, we started adding a bit of technique, and it's all about stride pattern in the 4 hurdles. So efficiency and momentum is the key. So, I just started training for it and started doing it more, and I ran it for the first time internationally a couple of years ago at World Championships in France and came second.
Okay.
So that was encouraging.
Very encouraging.
Yeah. And then last year did it at World Champs in Perth and won it.
Okay. So what time was that?
That was 64.5 seconds.
Okay, so what are you needing to beat tomorrow to make the
62.85?
62.85. Yeah. So that's 2 down-ish from where you were then. Have you run lower than that?
Yes, I have. So 2 months ago I broke a 23-year-old Australian record, in fact held by a Townsvillian. Jan Hines.
Sorry, Jan.
So that record was 64.09.
So you're really close then.
Yeah, and so I did 63.85.
And so you're within a second.
So I'm within a second. So
what does it take then to shave off that second? For those of us who don't understand the whole athletics thing, what does it mean?
Yeah, well, so a second is actually a reasonable amount in a sprint. So it's not an easy task. And so I do have to change my tactics. So I have to...
Leave a second earlier before they do the gun.
Well, that'd help.
Work, right?
If they'd let me do that. But no, I actually have to go a lot faster to the first hurdle. So I have to start start really fast. I start on the other leg.
Which risks greater lactic acid buildup, that sort of thing?
So what it does then, before I was quite even in the way that I ran it, and so now I have to start quite fast, then I have to relax after hurdle 1, and then after hurdle 2 get into my rhythm. So there is a bit, I'm having to mount this learning curve at the same time as, trying to do it. So it's not easy, but it's an absolute thrill when you get it right.
And that's the thing. The achievement must give one a sense that's probably not understandable by most of us who haven't done a similar type of thing.
It is a thrill. It seriously is a thrill. It's when it all comes together, because you've got 10 hurdles around that track. That's 10 opportunities to stuff up, basically, and then some.
And I mean, we've been painting a fantastic picture, but I assume there are times where it hasn't gone great and you have ended up on the ground?
I've only ever fallen over a hurdle once, and that was in sprint hurdles.
In all of your time?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was with a 6.5 metre per second headwind.
Okay,
and
so it makes sense that
I was
had
inexperienced,
happened.
and if I'd known better, if I was more experienced, I would have started on the other leg and put another stride in before the first hurdle.
Okay.
But I didn't.
Whereas most of us would beat the world record for most hurdles we knock down, probably. Lenore, what do you get out of the Masters Games experience then? Within 5 years, it sounds like it's really enriched your life from even the few experiences that you've just described.
It has. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, there's the obvious benefits of being fit and, healthy and strong and all the rest of it. But I train with a squad, and so you get a real sense of shared endeavour with Masters Athletics, because if you want to take it seriously, you've got to train multiple times a week. So we train 3 to 4 times a week as a squad, plus strength training on our own in between times. But so if you've got a squad, it really, it's like your little second family. You see each other a lot.
And you get this opportunity as well.
You get to travel, you get to...
You talked Paris, you talked Perth, you get to
been to Budapest, been to South Korea recently for the World Indoors, where I won the sprint hurdles there. So, it's a really fun way to travel for something, and you're part of something, and you see parts of the city that you wouldn't otherwise see because you're going out to tracks sometimes in the suburbs.
Yeah, not a tourist trap experience at all.
No, that's right.
Well, that's fantastic. Lenore, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure everyone listening right now the same. So tomorrow about 1?
It's actually 11 o'clock
11 o'clock,
They've changed it, yep. So that'll be my second. I had a go last weekend and it was a complete disaster. I got to the second hurdle on the wrong leg.
Is it at Barlow? Is that where it happens?
Yes, it's at Barlow Park.
Okay, so rock in there a little bit before 11 to watch Lenore, to cheer her on and see if she can make that 62.85.
Yep,
that's what it is.
That.
So you want 62.84.
That's
That'll
right.
be enough.
Or better. Yeah.
All right. Lenore, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I've got a tune right now from an album which would not be able to compete in that particular section because it's a year too old. That is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, turning 50 it is this week. News is coming up in 6 minutes. Here's one of the tunes.